We talk a lot about limiting beliefs here in the Law of Attraction community and how important it is for you to identify them and clean them up and get them out of the way so that they don't continue to manifest more of what you don't want. But this begs the question, of course, how do I know what my limiting beliefs are? If you've never talked to a coach or this is your first time delving into the law of attraction, you have no idea that your beliefs are malleable and that they are creating your entire world. We're talking about exactly how you can identify your own limiting beliefs in this episode of Roxy Talks. Stay tuned. What is up, my fellow dreamers and soul searchers? Thank you for joining me here for another episode of Roxy Talks, where we discuss confidence, mindset, manifestation, and more. I am Roxy Lee. I am a mindset coach, and I'm here to help you banish your negative thinking and limiting doubts so you can bring love, clarity, and joy into your life. If you'd like to sign up for one-on-one coaching with me and we can discuss your specific limiting beliefs, you can sign up for one-on-one coaching at roxytalks.com. And of course, the link is in the description below. All right, limiting beliefs. What an interesting topic because we don't necessarily realize that these beliefs are in place. I mentioned in a video last week about transcending your past, I'll link that above, that we have these almost like fence posts and they're like thunk, thunk, thunk around us, and they're corralling us into a yard or a pen that we don't necessarily even realize that we're in. The thing about these is that a lot of these beliefs, a lot of these fence posts have been in place our entire lives. They came from childhood. They were put in place maybe before we were even born. They could be generational, and we don't realize they are there because we have always just adhered to them, and they are completely normal and everyday to us, so much so that we don't realize that they are preventing us from achieving the very things that we're going after, like love, money, job, success, the stuff that people really want to experience on planet Earth. It's like you have a freaking barrier in front of yourself keeping you from achieving the things that you want. So we're going to talk about how to identify these and, of course, kick them to the curb. Now, before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. And if you're feeling generous, please like and share. That helps us reach as many people as possible, and everyone deserves to know that they are in complete control of their reality. So how do you identify a limiting belief that you don't even know is in place? How do you know what they are? How do you know what has been corralling you? How do you know what you don't know, basically, okay? So we're going to do some self-diagnosis. That's what this whole episode is going to be about. Okay, so the first thing you want to look at when you are trying to self-diagnose your own limiting beliefs is to simply look at what has manifested in your life. Now, something I find in pretty much every single client that I talk to is that what they've manifested in their life is a complete and obvious correlation to their limiting belief. But it's not so obvious when they don't realize it. For instance, here's one that just came out in a session was it's easier to fall in love with somebody who's already in love with someone else. And guess what was happening to this person? This person was creating third parties. They were creating distance and barriers between their person. And every time it would get to a certain point where crushing and stuff would be exchanged, the other person, the specific person or whatever, would drop all contact and stop liking them, stop whatever. And they didn't realize how or why that was happening. But to me, listening, it's very obvious. If you find it easier to love someone who's already in love with someone else, what that tells me is that you are afraid of getting too close. You're afraid of getting hurt. You're afraid of letting someone in too far so that they can't completely uproot you. If you only let them in to a certain level, they can only dig you up so much. But if you let them all the way in, essentially, potentially, they could, again, uproot your entire tree, your whole existence, which is not true, of course. But what's common in literally every person I talk to is that what has manifested in their life is an exact mirror of how they truly feel about the situation, okay? So look at what has shown up. Are you manifesting third parties in your relationship? Are you losing jobs? Are you liking people and they don't like you back because inside you truly believe that anybody that I like doesn't like me? Guess what? You can't out-manifest a deep-seated belief. Your beliefs trump. What you know trumps all of it, okay? So you're trying to out-manifest a deep-seated belief by doing scripting sometimes and like visualizing sometimes. No, you have years and years and years and years built up of this belief system. It's not just gonna go away because you really wanna date somebody. No, if you truly, truly believe that anybody you like is not gonna like you, they can't like you. You have an invisible barrier up and you're putting it up all the time. Shh, nope, nope. You don't get to like me because I like you, therefore you can't like me. Only people that I don't like me. You couldn't possibly like me because I like you. Sounds ridiculous when we say it like this, but this is what's happening to everybody, I guess I could say. I don't want to make a blanket statement, but the world is a mirror and it can only reflect what you put up in front of it, okay? It's not the mirror's fault what you put in front of your mirror. So we're going to take a little responsibility here. We're going to pay attention to what's manifesting and we're going to draw parallels. We're going to draw correlations to our past, to past relationships, stuff that happened in our childhood. A lot of these things, again, like I said, they're generational, they're deep rooted. They come from our parents, which came from their parents and blah, blah, blah. Things such as money and relationships and how people interact with each other, what they think they're actually capable of if they're able to transcend where they start. Things like this are usually passed down through our family. So these fence posts, again, they've been there a long time, and that's why you might not even realize that they're there. Even conversations, gossip sessions, fleeting thoughts, these things can manifest. And this is why it's very important that we are on top of what we're thinking. We're staying conscious of what is actually going through our minds, what we're actually feeling, what words we are actually saying to describe our situation, because the truth is what manifests, and the truth is whatever you think it is. So if your truth is that at the end of the day, they're not going to like me because I have a crush on them. I've seen that every other situation in my life. Every person I've ever had a crush on has always dissed me. They're totally fine with me until the second they realize I like them, and then nothing. And this is my reality. This is just how it is. This is how it is for me. It just keeps happening over and over. Well, it's because you are not entertaining a new reality. You're not entertaining a new belief system. You're not uprooting it enough and replacing it with something new and then hammering it in there. Hammer, 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 hammer. You can't just tell yourself once. It needs to become your new belief system in order for that to change, okay? Now, this doesn't have to take long. This can be immediate. But it's one of those moments, like, for example, when I realized I had been describing my business as slow going, I had the belief that it was going to be struggle city. And not that I wouldn't make it. I always knew I would. I always knew I would make it. That's where I was going. But I felt like I had to struggle. I made myself struggle for years by not taking other jobs and just trying to build with no income. And those ideas, me allowing myself to be poor, to be broke as hell, just so that I can make my dream happen, you see how that manifested. You see why it took me a while. And you see why the second I changed that belief, the moment I was like, oh, hold on. Have I been describing my business as slow going this whole time? The moment I said that, here we are. We're at 12,000 subscribers now in 2 months. That's the magic of it. That's how fast it happens. And it's growing fast. By the time you see this video, it probably will be closer to 15K. Okay? And again, I'm not bragging. I'm not trying to say, oh, I'm so much better than everybody. Watch my confidence video from yesterday. This has to do with, I know where I'm going. I set my GPS location, so that's where we're going. Again, a mirror can only hold up what you put in front of it. And you know what I put in front of mine? Success, billions of dollars, big mansions, New York lofts, trips, empires, whatever I want. And there's nothing selfish about it because it's a catalog. You're going to judge me for ordering a t-shirt? No. So don't judge me for ordering a boat and a yacht and a trip to Greece and all these other things, because I can. It has nothing to do with whether I'm good or bad. It's, can I play the match game? Can I lock in on the reality that I want and only entertain that? Can I think of a red apple and no other kind of apple until a red apple shows up in my life? You're damn straight I can. Because what? I'm smart. I'm dedicated. I'm focused. I got this. And I'm not questioning whether or not I'm creating anymore, because I know I am. I'm seeing it play out in my world every single day. Part of that comes from my scripting and affirmations. That video will be out tomorrow. So come back if it's not here and linked above. But I no longer question that anything is possible for me. I know it is. I know that the only thing that separates me and what I want is my ability to lock in on it and to not offer any wavering doubts or thoughts or opposition or entertaining any other outcomes. It's just not productive or useful. If I want to be a billionaire, why would I ever visualize myself having anything but that? If I know that my world is created off of my consciousness and what I focus on, and it's a mirror, if I know that I get exactly what I put up in front of that mirror, I'm not going to put up that I'm broke ever again, okay? I'm not going to make myself struggle for my business or my art anymore, because I don't need to do that. You can have what you want and be successful at it, okay? You don't have to have either or. You don't have to fight tooth and nail to get where you want. No, you need to be fighting more with staying in the mindset of what you want. It's more important that you remain focused and disciplined than anything else you could ever do with your physical body, okay? Because the physical body is just dealing with stuff that past you up here has given to yourself, okay? So if that's the case, then let's start making sure that present us up here is giving future body us some good stuff to deal with, okay? So if you want to identify your limiting beliefs, of course, pay attention to what has manifested, draw parallels to that in your past, to past conversations, past situations, maybe familial, generational ideologies, things like that. And then just ask yourself, honestly, what do I really think is possible for me? What do I really think is possible for me in a relationship? Do I really think it's possible for me to marry the person I love and be completely content in a relationship? If the answer is anything but absolutely, for any question that you could ask yourself, that's a good place to start, okay? From this point forward, once you identify, oh wow, I've been kind of telling myself that no matter what, men are always going to cheat. Men are always going to cheat. They're dogs, they're dirty dogs, they're doing whatever they're doing. They can't be honest, whatever. That notion is going to keep you in a pattern of bad relationships, getting cheated on, unhealthy situations between people. And it's not going to be just in your romantic life. It's going to be all over, because if you truly think that all men are a certain way, well, guess what? Half the population are men. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people you don't trust, okay? These things are going to be building and billowing in your life, so we want to make sure that we catch them and we flip them. We're going to rewrite these beliefs into new affirmations, new programming, new ways of thinking, so that we can change those beliefs at the core and therefore stop adhering to them. Now, I mentioned tomorrow's video will be about scripting and affirmations. I wanted to do an updated video because it's such a big part of my life. I want to make sure that we're staying up to the minute on that subject. So we'll talk more about actually rewriting them in tomorrow's video, so make sure you stay tuned. But what you want to be doing is taking these ideas, such as all men cheat. Let's use an easy one. Okay, now we're going to give it some evidence of falsehood. That one's easy because not all men cheat. Not all of them do. Some of them do. Maybe even a lot of them do in your reality. I don't know. But not all of them do. I know there are a lot of men out there that don't. So we don't have to keep this idea alive just because it was something that we held on to for a long time, okay? We can let it go. We can dissolve it. It doesn't have to define us anymore. So what is our new belief? Well, maybe some men cheat, but at the end of the day, I am choosing the honest, caring, loyal versions of people. And I only come in contact with honest, loyal, caring, considerate versions of people. And I'm going to keep declaring that because I'm letting the universe know that whatever version of you is out there, I only want the one of you that's going to be honest and open and monogamous and communicate with me, okay? We know that we're worthy of whatever we want because all we have to do is be able to lock in on it, okay? Again, can you play the match game? Great. Then you can have a partner that is honest, monogamous, open with you. Now we start describing people as honest. I always meet honest people. Every guy I come in contact with is like an open book. I feel like I can share anything with them. It's so nice to be able to just communicate with somebody, to not have any like red flags popping up, and just feel a genuine connection with somebody that I know is going to be there for me because, hey, I'm only selecting that version of them. And if anything shows up in my world that doesn't align, I'm going to reselect, and I'm going to reselect, and I'm going to reselect, and I'm going to reselect over and over and over again until this belief is eradicated. No, honest people are out there. In fact, that's the only type of people I come in contact with. So this idea of people lying and cheating, it just doesn't really resonate anymore because I keep meeting honest, open, monogamous people. And it's amazing. Thank you, universe, for helping me get to this point. Thank you, universe, for listening to my true desires and giving me exactly what I lock in on, which of course is open, honest, communicative people who care about your feelings, okay? Again, you declare, you decide what versions of people that you come in contact with by the way you think about them. So that's on you. So once we start identifying these beliefs, turning them into the positive affirmation version of them, this becomes our new programming. And again, tomorrow's video is going to cover exactly how we put that programming into place via scripting and affirmations and things like that. But basically, again, we want to let this idea tumble around in our mind. We want to let it take root so that it starts to become the norm. So we start to expect people to show up honest and with integrity and open communication and wanting to be monogamous, whatever, okay? It's our choice because that's how we lock in, okay? So I want you to comment down below, I believe that anything is possible for me. I believe that anything is possible for me, okay? And this is a reminder that even your most deep-seated beliefs can be uprooted and new things can be planted, new ideas can be put in place, new fence posts can be thunked into our reality, and we can have exactly what it is that we want, okay? If you would like some help getting into the mind frame where you're comfortable feeling this way about yourself, download my 30 Days of Alignment Challenge. It is in the description below. And also join my Facebook group, Black Moon Society. Everybody in there is super supportive. Everyone's manifesting together. They're offering tips and tricks. It's a great community to be a part of. That link, of course, is also in the description below. And if you'd like to sign up for one-on-one coaching to discuss your limiting beliefs and target them and clean them out, you can sign up for one-on-one coaching at my website, roxytalks.com. And of course, the link is in the description below. They're all down there. Check out all the links. Check out all those links down there. Here on the Roxy Talks channel, I go live every Monday at noon-ish PST for Q&A, and I've got brand new videos out every Tuesday through Friday, so make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification so you never miss an update. And if you're feeling generous, please like and share. That helps us reach as many people as possible, and everyone deserves to know that they are in complete control of their reality. We're all raising our vibrations together. You have the power. I believe in you.